Ever wondered how India looked like over 2 millennia ago? Let's travel back to the age of the Mauryan Empire. Let's start. Born out of the ashes of the Nanda dynasty around 322 BCE, the Mauryan Empire was an epoch of grandeur, unification, and transformation. Its roots were laid by the ambitious Chandragupta Maurya, who, under the guidance of his mentor Chanakya, overthrew the Nandas and laid the foundations of an empire that would soon stretch across the Indian subcontinent. From the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas to the fertile deltas of the south, the Mauryan influence was all-encompassing. The empire's timeline was a tapestry of power, conquest, and the pursuit of peace, especially under the reign of Ashoka the Great, who led the kingdom to its zenith. But who was Ashoka, and what made his reign so remarkable? Join us as we unravel the story of one of the greatest empires in the Indian subcontinent. Imagine overthrowing a powerful dynasty and laying the foundation of an empire. That's exactly what Chandragupta Maurya did. In the late 4th century BCE, Chandragupta, a young man of humble origins, dared to dream big. With a burning ambition and a steely determination, he set his sights on the Nanda dynasty, a formidable power reigning over the fertile plains of the Ganges River. Chandragupta's audacious bid for power wasn't a lone endeavor. He had a secret weapon in the form of Chanakya, an astute scholar and a master strategist. Often referred to as the Indian Machiavelli, Chanakya is credited with penning the Arthashastra, an ancient treatise on statecraft, economics, and military strategy. His tactical acumen and political sagacity were instrumental in Chandragupta's rise to power. In 322 BCE, Chandragupta's rebellion against the Nanda dynasty reached its climax. With a disciplined and determined army at his command, he overthrew the Nanda king, marking the end of their rule and the beginning of the Mauryan Empire. Chandragupta established his capital at Pataliputra, a city straddling the banks of the Ganges River. Under his rule and Chanakya's counsel, the empire began to flourish. Chandragupta's reign was marked by significant administrative reforms and a keen focus on public welfare. He divided his empire into provinces and districts, each governed by loyal and competent officials. This decentralized system ensured efficient governance and helped maintain peace and order across the vast territory. But Chandragupta's rule was not just about political and administrative prowess. He also championed the cause of economic prosperity and cultural richness. Agriculture thrived under his rule, and trade routes expanded, connecting the Mauryan Empire with distant lands and cultures. Chandragupta also patronized arts and literature, adding another layer to the cultural fabric of his empire. Chandragupta's reign was just the beginning of a grand saga. His successors would further expand the Mauryan Empire, transforming it into one of the most powerful and influential empires of the ancient world. But that's a story for another time. Stay tuned. From a young prince to a remorseful king, Ashoka's journey is nothing short of epic. Born into the royal house of the Mauryan Empire, Ashoka ascended the throne in 268 BCE. He was a ruler unlike any other, with ambitions that stretched far beyond his kingdom's borders. His reign marked a significant expansion of the empire. Ashoka's armies marched across the Indian subcontinent, conquering territories and bringing them under Mauryan rule. The empire reached its zenith, stretching from modern-day Afghanistan in the northwest to Bangladesh and southern India in the southeast. It was a period of unprecedented growth and prosperity, but it was also a time of immense bloodshed. The turning point came with the Kalinga War. The battle was fierce and brutal, resulting in the loss of countless lives. The sight of such widespread destruction and suffering deeply moved Ashoka. He was filled with remorse for the devastation he had caused, leading him to question the very nature of war and power. In the aftermath of Kalinga, Ashoka experienced a profound transformation. He embraced Buddhism, turning away from conquest by violence and towards a path of peace and righteousness. As a Buddhist, Ashoka sought to rule with compassion and benevolence. He encouraged his subjects to live according to the principles of truth, nonviolence, and love. Ashoka's conversion had a profound impact on the empire. He sent emissaries to far-off lands, spreading the teachings of Buddhism. He had edicts carved on pillars and rocks across his realm, outlining his policies of moral and religious tolerance. These edicts, known as the Edicts of Ashoka, serve as valuable historical records, offering insights into his rule and philosophy. However, Ashoka's pacifist policies were not universally popular. His focus on religious and ethical reforms over military and economic matters led to discontent among his courtiers and generals. This shift in priorities also strained the empire's resources, triggering economic and administrative challenges. Ashoka's reign marked the zenith of the Mauryan Empire, but also sowed the seeds of its decline. Despite the troubles brewing at home, Ashoka's influence spread far beyond his empire, shaping the cultural and religious landscape of the Indian subcontinent for centuries to come. The Mauryan Empire wasn't just about conquests. It was a world of art, culture, and innovation. In the realm of administration, the Mauryan Empire was a beacon of efficiency. The empire was divided into provinces, each under the rule of a royal prince or a trusted noble, while districts within these provinces were governed by officials appointed by the emperor. This hierarchical structure allowed for effective governance over the vast expanse of the empire. Now, let's talk about the economy. The Mauryan Empire was primarily agrarian, with farming being the main occupation of its people. But it was also a hub of trade, both inland and maritime. Trade routes snaked across the empire, connecting it with regions as far-flung as the Mediterranean and Southeast Asia. The economy was further bolstered by the empire's rich natural resources, which included precious metals and stones, timber, and a variety of crops. The Mauryan Empire also had a vibrant cultural scene. While the early Mauryan rulers were likely followers of Jainism or Hinduism, Ashoka the Great, the most famous Mauryan emperor, was a Buddhist. His conversion to Buddhism had a profound impact on the empire, leading to the propagation of Buddhist teachings and the construction of numerous stupas and monasteries. Art flourished under the Mauryan rule, with the empire's patronage extending to a variety of art forms, including architecture, sculpture, and literature. The Mauryan period saw the creation of magnificent stone structures, intricate bronze sculptures, and profound literary works. In essence, the Mauryan Empire was a melting pot of diverse cultures, religions, and ideas. It was a place where different ways of life coexisted and intermingled, leading to a rich and vibrant cultural landscape. This cultural diversity was reflected in everything, from the empire's administrative policies to its art and architecture, making it a truly unique entity in the annals of history. The Mauryan Empire was a melting pot of diverse cultures and ideas, a testament to its rich heritage. All great things must come to an end, and so it was with the Mauryan Empire. After the death of Ashoka in 232 BCE, the empire began to decline. Ashoka's successors were not as capable or as strong as him, and the empire started to weaken under their rule. The decline of the Mauryan Empire was not an overnight occurrence, but rather a gradual process that took place over several decades. The successors of Ashoka were unable to maintain the high standards of governance and administration that he had set. This led to increased corruption, inefficiencies, and mismanagement within the empire. Moreover, the vast size of the empire made it increasingly difficult to govern effectively. The centralization of power had its own drawbacks, and the empire was constantly under threat from external invasions and internal rebellions. As the empire expanded, it also became more diverse, making it harder to maintain unity and cohesion among its various regions and peoples. Economic factors also played a role in the decline of the empire. The high costs of maintaining a large standing army, coupled with the expenses of administration, put a strain on the empire's resources. At the same time, trade declined and agricultural productivity dropped, further exacerbating the economic difficulties. By around 85 BCE, the Mauryan Empire had collapsed, fragmenting into several smaller kingdoms. The last Mauryan emperor, Brihadratha, was assassinated by his general, Pushyamitra Shunga, who went on to establish the Shunga dynasty. Although the Mauryan Empire fell, its legacy lived on, shaping the political, cultural, and religious landscape of the Indian subcontinent. Even after its decline, the impact of the Mauryan Empire could still be seen. The administrative and governance systems established by the Mauryas influenced later empires and kingdoms in India. The spread of Buddhism under Ashoka had a profound impact on the religious landscape of Asia. The art and architecture of the Mauryan period set a precedent for future Indian art forms. In many ways, the Mauryan Empire set the stage for the diverse and vibrant culture that India is known for today. The Mauryan Empire, a saga of power, transformation, and legacy. We've journeyed through the rise, zenith, and decline of this remarkable empire that left an indelible mark on the Indian subcontinent. Founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 322 BCE, it grew to encompass a vast territory, stretching from Afghanistan and Pakistan to Bangladesh and southern India. Its efficient administration, divided into provinces and districts, was a testament to the strategic acumen of its rulers. The capital, Pataliputra, and other cities like Taxila and Ujjain were hubs of vibrant culture and flourishing trade. The Mauryan military, guided by the strategic brilliance of Chanakya, stood as a formidable force. The Mauryan Empire's cultural legacy is perhaps best embodied by Ashoka the Great, who spread Buddhism far and wide. However, after Ashoka's death, the empire declined, eventually collapsing around 185 BCE. The echoes of the Mauryan Empire continue to resonate through the annals of Indian history, reminding us of a time when the subcontinent was united under one banner. Do like, share, and subscribe our channel for more content.